Hello, all you delightful creatures, and welcome to my channel. My name is Turk, and today I have for you all a pick a card reading. You won't really have a great angle on the piles just yet, although I will put a picture on the screen in just a moment. Today's reading is going to be, what message does nature have for me? What would the plants like me to know? And so at first I'll show you a close-up of each of the plants that I have brought out today. So for pile number 1, we have this delightful tiger lily. And all these plants came from my backyard. Pile number 2, we have some, I'm pretty sure it's spearmint. I might have it mixed up with another mint, but it's still very cool and refreshing. And pile number 3, this actually came from the woods. This big, soft piece of mullein, which is just ever so delightful to touch. Okay, so again, today's reading is all about what messages does nature have for me? What can the plants tell me? I'm going to put up a still image of all the piles if you're more visual and just need a moment to look at the energy of the cards and the plants together. Other than that, I'm going to stick the shuffling of the cards right after this. And I'll put timestamps somewhere. And then you can either watch those if you're interested, or you can skip right ahead afterwards to your readings, which will be somewhere here. I don't know. You'll find it. Okay, I'll see you in your readings. Okay, I'm gonna get on with the shuffling now. We'll start. It's pile number 1. This delightful tiger lily. Okay. Start with grabbing some runes. Go ahead and shuffle some tarot cards. And again, the question we're asking is, what message can nature bring you today? What message do the plants have for you today? I'd like to get a couple of those in there. Okay, what messages? Oh, so there we go. Coming right out now. Messages do we have for pile number 1? Let's get Sacred Traveler Guiding Light card. Oh, you get 2. All right. And a Heart of the Matter from the Power of Love activation cards. Let's do them in this order. Okay, pile number 1 with the Tiger Lily. Here are your cards and your runes. Go ahead and set those aside. Okay, pile number 2 with the, I believe it's Spearmint. Not really sure if this is a great place to set it, so I'm just going to go ahead and set it right there. Right here. Be nice and safe. And then grab you some cards. To the heart of the matter with the Power of Love activation cards. We got one already. Some guiding lights from the Sacred Traveler Oracle cards. And we're answering the question of what messages does nature have for me? What do the plants want to say? Oh gosh. Just realized I'm all out of order today. But that's okay. Get there in the end, right? Yeah. Doesn't matter. Got one card. Got 2 cards. Oh. Not one. Makes 3. And last but not least, I'm going to pull some runes. My trusty bag of runes. Just need 3 or so runes. Yeah, there you go. 1, 2, 3. Okay, pile number 2 with the Spearmint. Your cards and runes are all ready. Okay, last but not least, we have pile 3 with the Mullein leaf. Very soft. Today I am going to, well, right now I'm going to go ahead and draw your cards. I have no idea where to fit this on frame. There. It's going to have to do. Start by picking out your runes. Just need 3 or so. There we are. And we're going to go ahead and get to the heart of the matter. And again, we're answering the question today of what message does nature have for me? What do the plants wish to tell me? Go ahead and get heart of the matter. Oh, there we go. From the Power of Love activation cards. And Spirit, if you wouldn't mind a Sacred Traveler card. Guiding Lights. Those are my words. These are my Guiding Light cards, but that's from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck. I apparently am British shuffling these. I think deck number 2 may have had some scattered, pile number 2 may have had some scattered energy to it. But, yeah. So maybe just clearing out some of those energies. Okay. Again, Spirit, plants, life, any messages today for pile number 3. Okay, pile number 3 with the enormous Mullein leaf. These are your cards for today, and your runes over here, and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading if you chose the Tiger Lily here, this will be your reading. So right out of the gate, the message I get from the Tiger Lily is it's a plant that resembles courage. You know, courage of the tiger, and as well as it's associated with the color orange, which, you know, that's your lower end of the chakras, where you may find your seat of courage and power. So the message I'm getting right out of the gate with this card, with this flower, is you may be finding soon that you will be finding a source of courage from an unexpected source. What does that mean? Well, we'll get into the reading and find out. But yes, you can expect an unexpected source of courage to come your way, maybe from an area that you didn't know that you had courage, or a friend or some other ally. Okay, let's get into your reading. Go ahead and start with the heart of the matter from the Power of Love activation cards. We have transformation. You are the power of love to move through illusions and shift into awareness. You use the power of love, but you are the power of love too, sure. I rarely ever have this happen, but I had 2 cards come out from my Sacred Traveler Guiding Light deck. And we have Journey by the Moonlight. These ones are a little bit darker, see if we can get some light on those, some moonlights. Sorry, this one's not coming into focus, but I think this will do over here. Journey by Moonlight. And we have a piper, a fawn piper with some fairies hanging out in a bog of sorts. It says, believe in magic. And then we have joy and delight. Open your heart to joy. We got some more of this lovely yellow orange color coming through here. Very like, in fact, I love this placement right here. It looks like they're coming in to sniff this flower. Very beautiful. Also, I just had a spider who's currently crawling on my arm. So I don't know if that might be something relevant to you in terms of courage, or maybe fear or overcoming fears, because I know that's a common one for people. But just hanging out on my left arm, so I'm not going to bother them. I'm only using my right now. Okay, I'm going to pull out your tarot cards, and we'll start with, we have the 9 of Pentacles. We have the King of Wands. A lot of this orange energy coming through. And the Knight of Pentacles. Yep, very earth-based, very, very lower chakras, stability, courage, certainly, all coming through here. And then lastly, I will turn over your runes. We have Tiwaz, the rune of justice, the spear, and then we have, oh no, it's been a little bit since I've actually studied these, Menez, is that? May need to have a bit of a refresher. This is kind of a rune of stability. See how these 2 points are supporting each other? They're kind of like 2 people that are leaning on top of each other, you know, against each other for support. And we have the rune of Dagas, breakthrough. Also gateway, you can kind of see how it might look like an old style gate where you kind of push in the center and the 2 flaps kind of open up. Okay, let me take a moment with these cards. Okay, lovely pile number 1. So what I'm seeing here is the message that you are ready. And what are you ready for? You are ready for a major breakthrough when it comes to something that's been holding you back, a fear that's been holding you back. And this very fear, whatever it may be, is something that you're going to use to transform, to change, to literally change the way that you are going about, however it is that you're going about. It is going to cause you to reevaluate what you were doing with this new sense of perspective and skill that you gain from this, because this very fear that you are working through is going to be the spear that you equip yourself with to be able to move forward with a greater sense of precision and accuracy and sense of self. It is going to give you the stability, the foundation that you build the next cycle of whatever projects, whatever it is that you're working on right now. It's going to be the initiation of that. And the Tiger Lily has for you today the message that you are ready for this. Now is the time. Now is the time to spend a little time in the shadows, because what may have felt dark to you before, what may have felt unapproachable or just not really where you wanted to go, right, is now being lit up for you. It's going to feel differently than it has in the past. So whatever your fear might be welling up, that you might have, are just mental constructs of previous experiences of whatever this was. And they leave their imprints on us, yes, but now I'm getting, this is a time where it's going to be different. Whatever it is, whenever you go into it, whether it's a new relationship or overcoming a literal fear that's getting in the way of like something you want to do, like heights, if you wanted to go rock climbing or exploring in a certain way. Maybe you had an opportunity to do something like that come up recently, and you just and maybe you just kind of brushed it off and you're like, oh no, I don't really want to do that, even though it's something you really do want to do. And there's a fear holding you back. And so you might, you're not going to be tackling this head on, whatever it is. You don't have to just go out and climb a tall mountain if what you're afraid of is heights. It's that the opportunities now are coming up for you that are going to put you in the path to face those things. And it's going to feel so much different. It's going to feel like your bliss. It's going to just bring you so much joy and delight, and you're not going to feel shaky. You're not going to have a shaky foundation because you've been building up your foundation through other means. No, you're going to feel invigorized by this. You're going to feel stronger and more powerful and realize a lot of the work that you've been doing kind of come to more of a head through this. It's going to feel like a transformation, because it's just going to, when you do these things in the background, you don't realize necessarily day to day the changes that happen within you, but you get this opportunity now to see oh, whoa, I have grown a lot. And to really just sit in this seat of power. Look at him robed in these orange and yellow robes, just very, very confident and, emboldened from their place of strength, that they know their strength. Look at these lions up at the top. And we have this gecko, a lizard, kind of more towards more transformation symbology here with the lizard. Kind of, it's not that you were becoming this. It is that this is you now. This is your present card. This is you now, and it's just a matter of recognizing that. And so whatever opportunities may have been coming up for you, whether it's through your work, through personal, maybe you have some opportunities available to you to go places that you would maybe not have gone before. All you have to do here is to let them in, to be open to them, to be open to, really right now it's things that maybe are out of your routine. So just whatever may happen to come up. I'm getting Knight of Pentacles here, so I am really getting, and kind of in your future energy, I'm getting that if an offer hasn't already come, that is coming. And you know, it may have to do with your finances, but I'm really getting that this has to do with you, your foundation, which is much more than just your finances. It is, you know, the core of who you are. And I'm just seeing you step into realizing what you already are because of all of the work and intention that you have done. But I'm seeing, you know, knights, they tend to refer to other people. So I'm seeing someone coming in with these opportunities that are going to let you see this. So, I mean, if you, by all means, if you feel like climbing that mountain and you just feel like doing that for yourself and that feels good to you, go do it. But whether, oftentimes, whether or not we do these things for ourselves, life will put these opportunities in front of our path to help us grow. So just be open to opportunities that are coming to you, because you will have your moment to shine. You'll have your moment to be bright and to shine for yourself. But you know, of course, you're going to be glowing for everyone around you. But it's for you. It is your sense of your core, your stability. And this is the beautiful thing about, you know, this, that someone else being involved, because it's, or, you know, with this being, it's not someone else being involved, this is you doing this. But this is the beautiful thing about you know, having this opportunity to share with other people, because you know, it helps build more of this too, more of the stability that comes through when we cooperate with others, when we work together on things. And you know, perhaps it'll feel like too that you are being lent the strength from whatever friends or family or whoever is with you on this journey. But you know, it comes from within. Nobody can bring out something that isn't already inside of you. It just comes, you know, it's from you. I do want to use a little bit more of this deck, so I actually want to bring out any last messages. This is the Wildwood Tarot. Give this a shuffle. Any additional messages for pile number 1 with the Tiger Lily as they embark on the next courageous and emboldened aspect of their journey? Okay, we have the Archer here. And I guess the reason I'm pulling out this deck is because I want to familiarize myself a bit more with it. It's been a long time since I've picked up this deck, and I'm just remembering again that some of the major arcana aren't even the same. But right off the bat, yeah. See, I'm getting right here. You know, here's you. Here's you just very boldly, just aiming your sights and ready to fire upon whatever your target is. And you know, here's your support group. Here's your spirit guides, your friends, whoever. They got your back, but it's you. You've been training for this. You are so ready for this. But I do want to read. I got nowhere to prop this up. Nope. I do want to read from the book because I'm trying to familiarize myself with it more, and I do remember liking this book. So let me go ahead and pull that out. We have the Archer. The Archer stands for the spring equinox. It's the element of air with its bow and arrow. Here's the dawn of new life and the coming of fertile filling season. Okay. That's just the description. You can see that. I'll go to the meaning. The bow's importance for most of early mankind, both as a tool for survival and for defense, cannot be underestimated. It is for this reason, perhaps, that it has also become a spiritual symbol, and that the drawing and releasing of an arrow is sometimes seen as a ritualistic practice in its own right. For many, the bow is a powerful link to our past, and the patience required to master it connects the archer with ancient life or death experience. The Celts placed written spells on the arrows, and the Sioux Indians' medicine arrows were painted with geometric designs and held special ritual significance. So that from early times, the use of the bow took on a role in the harnessing and transmission of the will. Stringing the bow gives the wood a potential for the release of energy. Drawing the bow controls and harnesses that energy, and releasing the arrow with intent finally sends the archer's will through the air to its target. Just as spells and curses were loosed through the air by hunters and shamans, so must we ourselves tune into this ancient process and become archers with quivers full of ideas and desires, capable of forming and focusing our aim in the steady drawing of our will, and then loosing our creative and intellectual drive in the controlled and effective way. The key to a smooth and accurate release of the arrow is a steady and relaxed state, both physically and mentally. As hunters in the forest, we need patience and cunning, as well as an intimate knowledge of the wildwood, to move with stealth towards the quarry. Then, with a cool and deliberate aim, the arrow must be released, itself containing something of our will and of our spirit on its flight towards its goal. Right. So we very much have you here, drawing your will through whatever it is you're doing through this bow and aiming true. Because, you've trained, you have the skills and intention and knowledge to do it. I was getting a message here that this thing is probably an activity. Whatever it is, it's some form of activity. It could literally be archery, horseback riding, mountain climbing with mountain gear. It's something like that where you you do the research and you go do the activity. So again, if there's anything like that that you've kind of been holding off on, definitely now is the time for that. Okay, lovely pile number 1. That is your reading for today, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed this reading, please do leave a like and a comment and let me know if it resonated with you. The cards that I used during this reading will be linked in the description down below. The runes used in this reading I made myself, but if you would like some, there will be information of how you could order some of these. They are like a little bean bag filled with rice, basically, and embroidered. So until next time, I hope to see you around. Bye and take care. Hello, beautiful pile number 2, and welcome to your pick a card reading. If you picked the probably Spearmint, then this pile is for you. Right off the bat, I'm getting with this pile, and from the Spearmint, I'm because it's a very, very cooling, kind of like calming energy, especially when brewed into a tea. It's actually what I have right now. And it's certainly helping me, which is to kind of be calm and gentle and relaxed, to cool it a bit. And right off the bat, that was the energy I was getting from this pile, which was, it's a good time to take a chill. Maybe you're feeling a bit overwhelmed, a bit scattered, a bit all over the place. And the energy I'm getting is it's okay to take a break and relax. You brew yourself up a nice cup of tea of whatever drink you prefer. Take a deep breath. Maybe even go ahead and pause the video and go get yourself some nice relaxing drink if you feel called to. I'm certainly not here to tell you what to do, but if you feel called to, have a nice drink and maybe a nice deep breath. All right. And with that, we will get into your reading. First, going to start with the heart of the matter. We have the card Satisfaction, and I apologize, the sun has gotten a bit of a change of angle. Let's see if this will work a little better. I don't think you can rightly read that. Yep, in the shadows it is. We have the card of Satisfaction. You let the energy of love guide you to self-approval so that others no longer define who you are. Right out of the gate, I'm getting this energy of don't tell me what to do. And I think I got that a little earlier too, maybe when I suggested, it's time to take a break. Yeah, so, obviously you are in control of your own actions, and you can choose to do things from your own seated sense of self and your own needs, and not needing the approval of others. And I'm sure you know that. In fact, I think you know that very well. But yeah, let's see what else is here first. Go ahead, and we have Fogged In, Go Slow, Take Time. Yeah, here, see? The cards are saying it. It's time to take a chill. I'm seeing, they've passed their marker. They've come inside of land. These fellows aboard the ship are probably very tuckered out from a long journey. They're there. They're not in any danger, and they can afford to just take a bit of a breather. All right, for your tarot cards, we have the Five of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Ace of Wands. And lastly, I'm going to flip over your runes. You have the rune of Gebu, transactions. The X is the signature on like an agreement, sort of signing a document. You might sign an X. We have the it's upside down. I do need to restudy my runes because I'm forgetting some of the names. This is the Need Fire rune. This is, what are your needs? What needs aren't being met? What needs do you need to stoke to really feel energized again? And we have Ansus, the Messenger rune. Okay, the imagery on the cards here is just very clear. We have again the kind of this boat. It's not moving very fast. There's no there's a very light wind, kind of like ripping at the sail, but it's just a very gentle. The waters are calm. We have very like inwardly curled, nearly fetal position. Again, here kind of just sitting. We have a lot of that energy, a lot of just still calm energy. The need fire. What needs aren't being met right now by maybe a recent, and I'm hearing very prolonged journey, whether it's been working really hard on projects for a long time, or you're just a very long stretch of your life that has been very difficult. The cards say that is over. This is the time to rest, regardless of what the outside factors may look like. Because I promise you this: if you are looking for the approval of your outside world, and apologize for the sounds out there. People are celebrating at a certain time of year of summer. If you were looking for the approval of the world around you to say like, yes, it's okay now, you can rest, like for it to give you that green light and like just in a very clear box. Well, one, this is it, but you know, it doesn't come from outside, and maybe you're tired even of hearing people say like, hey, you look tired, maybe you should relax, or you know, you should take a break, and you just feel this constant need to push and create and do. This is as clear as a message as you'll get from the universe. Otherwise it has to come from within, and I get, you know, that recoil of like, don't tell me what to do, I know what's best for me. I'm not here to tell you what to do. This is a pick a card reading online. I'm only here to help guide what messages want to come to you. So, you know, there may be people in your lives that are also wanting to help you and mean well, and sometimes it might get annoying and frustrating, and I totally understand that. You know, nobody wants to hear other people. It can be difficult to hear other people trying to suggest to you what might be best for you, because of course we should at all times know what's best for us, but sometimes we do get so focused on our goals that we don't see the forest for the trees, and we don't see maybe what is more obvious to other people. You know, we may be masters of ourselves, but we can find ourselves in that space, especially if you're someone who loves to focus so deeply on what you are passionate about and what you love. You know, it's easy to stop. It can be easy to lose that sense of self and maybe get a little ungrounded and a little chaotic in our approach, and maybe you're really good at that sort of thing. And maybe that's how you have to work, or maybe that's just the way you work at times, but you know, it can't go on forever. And it shouldn't go on forever. You know, you reach your destination, you're there. You are there. I'm seeing here, you have gotten there, you've rowed yourself onto shore, and you are the lone rose person. I don't know if there's a name, rower? Yeah. You're the lone rower who has single-handedly brought this ship like most of the way up a mountain, and everyone else is looking around and just like, wow. But also like, why? When you could have just gotten out and walked, or maybe took a break before scaling that mountain after, you know, the 3 years at sea. So, you know, you don't have to. You're whatever your approach is, there is if you're trying to solve a problem by rowing this boat up a mountain, whatever problem you're trying to solve has a different solution. You are not aware of what it is yet because you have been so focused on the direction that you've been going to not realize you already have it. But you know, whether it's a promotion you're going for, or you know, you're just trying to see something through its fruition, you've got it. You're making it happen. Don't strangle it. Don't strangle it. Turn this energy upside around. Yeah. Turn this energy upside around and don't strangle it. You know, just keep. You don't have to let go of everything. You don't have to. I mean, maybe you will feel called to just kind of go like real puddle energy and just melt for a couple of days or weeks or whatever you need to feel maybe a bit right again. But yeah, just you can loosen your grip on it. It's not going anywhere. It is yours. You know, the other option is that you strangle it, and that can, you know, especially in this case, could look like burnouts and just as long as your journey took, burnout can take its own toll. And I guess that's a little bit where the warning is, which is, you know, don't let your work go to waste because you held on too tightly and you weren't able to keep a hold of it. Sorry, that laugh was just because it was a very clear, like, one note message here, and usually it's a little ironic for me that the pile that was kind of scattered for me kind of just landed on that one particular note. And that's really, that's it. That's what I have here. You know, satisfaction. This brew yourself up, whatever you like. Maybe try something. You know, if you haven't had some mint tea in a while, with like just a fresh leaf. Boy, do I recommend it. It definitely helps. These don't have to be drastic things. You don't have to suddenly upheave your life. Yeah, okay, that's one thing. You don't have to upheave your current day-to-day life and like you know, suddenly become this self-care fitness. You know, you don't have to become like the self-care like guru. Just, you know, enjoy some of the small things that might pass you by otherwise. It really does brew a very delightful cup of tea. So definitely, no, I kind of got a lot of energy here in this reading, but it's definitely not an admonishment. It is a recognition of all that you have come to accomplish, and certainly when you take that time to like realize what you have created, you're just like, whoa, and you're able to sit and just like see the whole journey that you've taken thus far and be like, whoa. And like that alone is going to just bring such refreshing, rejuvenating energy to realize your strength and how far you've come. And you can use that to rest on your laurels a bit and be like, yep, I'm awesome. I'm awesome. I deserve these breaks, and I'm always deserving of these breaks. And, you know, something special, something delightful to rest and rejuvenate myself. Okay, lovely, beautiful pile number 2. This is all that I have for your reading. I do want to say my heart definitely goes out to you. I know what a struggle it can feel like to feel the need to push and push and push and push. And, you know, sometimes we just need that little nudge that says like, yeah, it's time. So you got this. Treat your self-care with that same sort of intensity and passion and love that you do, like everything that you do for this world, and I'm sure you will be quite satisfied. For real, this is it. If you enjoyed this reading, please do leave a like and a comment below. Let me know if this resonated with you. The decks that I used will be in the description, and the runes that I used are actually of my own make. They are like little bean bags full of rice. They have a very nice feel to them with embroidery. If you like those, I do sell those, so there will be information somewhere below of how you can purchase your own if you'd like. I do make them too, make and sell, right? Anyways, go enjoy that cup of tea. Bye! Hello, pile number 3. If you picked this big old leaf of mullein, so soft and gentle, then this reading is for you. Mullein I don't know a ton about, other than I know it is referred to as nature's toilet paper, which I think is just a delightful thing, and they're not wrong. If you've never handled mullein, hopefully you can just get a sense of this is softer than the softest toilet paper you can buy. I've never used it as such, but just very, very soft and gentle, and perhaps this is your energy. Maybe this is what you're needing. Let's go ahead and get into the cards a little bit and see what the message our lovely mullein has for us today. To stick this somewhere it's still on frame and doesn't take up my entire board. There we go. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and start with the heart of the matter, the love activation card. Discernment. You are developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. We have here the guiding lights, the Sacred Traveler deck. It's my guiding light card. Faraway places. Get ready for new horizons. And here we see we have a covered, like a shipment boat, and then some boats with sails kind of heading off out of the bay. birds hanging out in a little cage, kind of looking out over this vista a little bit wistfully. For your tarot cards, we have the Empress, lovely radiant energy. We have the Four of Pentacles. And we have Judgment. And lastly, I will flip over your runes. Again, I've said this every pile. I do need to restudy my runes because I'm kind of forgetting the names a little bit. But this is the Elk rune for protection. We have Hiya, the rune of harvest and cycles. And then we have Ethereal, the rune of family, of more of a heritage and inheritance, but also like your family, but yeah. Okay, pile number 3. Here's what I've got for your reading. So you might be feeling a little bit like this little birdie in its cage, a little trapped in your situation, like your world is small and tiny and maybe not very fulfilling. You might be looking out, kind of wanting to get away from it all, to go somewhere big and better than here. You have your sights set on these distant horizons. And you're feeling maybe a bit insecure where you are right now. A bit like you're struggling to get by, like you are just barely managing to scrape by. And the last message related to this that I got is maybe you're feeling a bit used and abused, like someone else's toilet paper. You know, you're being taken advantage of. So this is where the card of discernment is coming into play here. You're developing the skills to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. And actually, you want to read this one from it's the deck book, because there's usually some really lovely messages in here. The Power of Love activation cards. And are these alphabetical? They are. Okay. You're developing... Actually, I think you can read that too. You're developing the skill to distinguish love from fear and truth from illusion. One of the hardest lessons to grasp while living in the physical dimension is the art of discernment. Life is a series of choices, and you will always want to make the right one for your soul's evolution. Discernment is not judgment. Discernment is living your life with a recognition of what is in alignment with your unique path. When you are centered in your being and aware of your own power, you are able to see the love and truth in everything and everyone. Intuition is the language of your soul, so it is imperative that you understand how your soul speaks to you. And the best ways to do that is listen. When you utilize discernment in your daily life, choices become easier, and manifesting the best possible outcome doesn't seem like a matter of chance. The wonderful Shakespeare adage, "To thine own self be true," encapsulates discernment perfectly. Remember, what seems important to you may not be to someone else. So when you use discernment, understand that it is for your own benefit and growth. And what is beneficial to you on your path to self-acceptance ripples outwards to those around you. When you know yourself, love yourself, and honor who you are, you become aligned with your divine self. When this happens, you attract only good into your life. I just realized now the top wasn't readable, but I think you got the gist of that. Right, so things feel a little hard right now. Maybe for quite some time with year we have cycles. We have cycles within cycles, and you feel like, oh, I just feel like a used up. I really going hard on this toilet paper, but I feel used up. You know, I feel spent. I feel like why does this keep happening to me? why does this keep happening to me? Why do people keep taking advantage of me? And they may very well be people in your, in your life, in your family, that you feel this way towards. So right, so it's not a happy place to be in, but I think the first thing to understand about the situation is oftentimes things get thrown in our path to help us to grow and make different choices. And if we find that they're repeating over and over again, it's because we haven't quite gotten the lesson related to them. So it might feel as though we're being bullied by the universe. We might resentfully say, why universe? Why have you done this to me again? But it's not for the purpose of bullying. It's not to break you down and to wear you down. It's for the purpose of getting you to see yourself and to see what you will and won't stand up for, and to make those choices. Do you remain small and in this cage? Do you set yourself free? This bird is tiny. It could just hop through those bars, no problem, and fly free to the faraway places of its own accord, without anyone else's permission, without anyone else saying what they can and can't do. And this is a good place to be in for you, in that you are seeing those horizons and you are ready for them. And I'm getting in the terms of like your ability to do these things for yourself, to make these choices for yourself. I'm getting nothing but very positive cards saying that you're definitely in a space where you can make this choice, because you are protected in your choices at this current point in time. You might be feeling as though you will get a lot of negative feedback. Say like, you're wanting to take a vacation or a break from your job, or you're wanting to do this for yourself, or take this vacation to this place, or to buy this thing for yourself, or whatever it is. You might be feeling like you're going to have a lot of resistance. But what I'm getting here is that you're actually going to get a lot of support. And especially, I think, from those that you're most worried about. But you're not going to know until you try, right? You're not going to know until you put yourself out there and use your discernment to say what I want, what I right? Like what I need, what are my needs, to give that to yourself. You might be waiting around for someone else to set you free from your cage. You might be waiting for someone else to give you the things that you feel that that you deserve. But until you are the one saying, I deserve this, this is what I want, this is what I need, having those expectations, having them, acknowledging them, and allowing them to be met. Only you can do that. No one else can pry open your hearts and be like, yes, this is what you need, and I'll give it to you. We may hope for that. We may hope that someone loves us enough that they know the desires in our heart. And, everyone can do their best and guess, but only you truly know. Only you have that power to give that to yourself and to ask of it from others and to then receive from others. I'm getting like, this birdie is surrounded by a whole bunch of like wonderful produce and things, and these buds. Like if only they would ask, hey, can I have some of that? Hey, can I go here or there? Not can I, but like, hey, let's do this. Let's get some delicious food. Let's go on a journey. Be your own self-advocate. Apologies, pile number 3. Appears I had a bit of a malfunction with my camera, but everything seems to be good now. Right, pick up where we left off. We're just talking about the birdie in the cage, and if you would just ask for what it is that you want, And believe me, I know it can feel like a difficult thing to express your needs and wants. It's something that I'm still learning to do. It's just the reality of the situation is we won't get what we want unless we learn to ask for it. Ask the universe and ask those around us for what it is that we want, and to admit to ourselves and to those around us what it is that we need and want. Because otherwise we're just going to forever just be sitting there waiting for what we know that we deserve, but we only need ask for it. And there's something I was hearing recently about setting, when it comes to others, how we might set what we think are. No, okay. So what I was hearing was that it's difficult to know what our yeses are until we are really in tune with our no's, because that kind of will form that boundary, that boundary between what we do like and what we don't like. And if we've spent most of our life, taking actions to please others, to help to focus more so on what others' needs are above our own, if that's how we've been operating for a very long time, we can have a very, very loose sense, or maybe no sense at all, of what our boundaries are and what our no's are. I mean, but so used to kind of bending to the needs of others, maybe the needs of family or your workplace or what have you, that you maybe are not as used to knowing what it is you even need in a moment. And I know it can feel hard sometimes when you feel like, oh geez, I don't even know what I want. But that was the thing I heard recently, was it's really hard to know what your yeses are until you really, really kind of get in tune with your no's and respect them, right? Respect them by enforcing those boundaries and taking those actions based on where those boundaries lie. You don't like how someone is talking to you, you walk away from them. You tell them to stop talking to you like that. You communicate to them that is not okay, right? You get really firm with your no's, and your yeses become a lot more apparent of how you do want to be treated. You want to be talked to lovingly. You want to be talked to respectfully, right? Those might be your yeses. So the other thing that can often maybe complicate that is maybe you're not, this is something for me at least, not always aware of what your emotions are telling you, not always in tune with what they have to say. And this can be part of getting in touch more with your discernment as well, certainly, which is, understanding what your emotions are trying to tell you. When you feel bad when someone does something, recognize that you are feeling bad, and that it actually does make you feel bad, and it's not no small thing. It actually affects you deeply, and that really just affects your whole energy and your whole day, and leaves you feeling small and trapped. So, just know that you may have more support, again, from those around you than you might realize for what it is that you want. You just have to learn to ask for it, and then you might be delightfully surprised by how many people are just ready and waiting to be able to give you those things. Maybe the people in your life don't even know that you need things or know what you need, and maybe they're under this impression of this guise that you may put up that says, oh, I'm fine, I'm okay. And maybe people have come to believe that. And it creates this difficult situation where we want people to just reach out and to do these things for us, and we want people to do this and that, but because we're so giving and caring and those things, that like you just expect maybe that other people would do the same, but not everyone is you, and it's much fairer to people to really communicate to them and to tell them what it is that you need. We have the Empress here, that card that is like in the highest of feminine aspects, right? This is where you're able and right to stand in this energy and to be lavished in such a way. Lavished with gifts and attention and everything that you want. But until you ask for it, ask from your heart, practice asking the universe, just saying it out loud as a prayer, writing it down. You know, if you find it difficult to ask others, but then to ask others, ask and you shall receive. Before the camera died, I actually did get called to draw a card from another deck I have, because I'm trying to get more familiar with it, and some of the animals from that one have messages of their own. So this is from the Wildwood Tarot deck, and I drew the Knight of Bows, the Fox. And the Knight of Bows is someone who, it's another person, and there's someone who set their intention and can aim quite true. They can move forward rapidly and with precision when they know where they're going. When they know what they want, they will go for it. Or if they know what to do. And I guess I'm getting that sense too, like, you know, if there's someone in your life who you feel that, you know they're capable, you know that they can do all these things, but you just don't feel like they're giving you what you need, that is where the communication comes into play. Give it a try. Allow yourself to be delighted. Allow yourself to be rejuvenated and supported through those means. You don't have to do all of this on your own. I did want to read from the Wildwood Tarot book, just see if there's any other messages from the fox here. Arrows. No, it's after that. Okay, here we are. So we have the Knight of Bows, the fox. The qualities of cunning and stalking combined with great alertness and curiosity make the fox a stealthy night hunter. Often seen at dawn, the fox retains a beguiling mixture of wisdom and playfulness. Determination leads you to success, but sometimes at personal cost. Your life may change to enter a different path at any moment. Native wit and cleverness guide your steps towards fulfillment, as does your gift of anticipating the future. Oh, as does your gift of anticipating the future. I think that may be a typo, but that is the message from the fox from the book. Yeah, really, that determination leads you to success, but sometimes at personal cost. Like, you may feel like you're putting a lot of yourself out here. You may feel worn out. You may feel used up, like I have said, and that you are really just, you don't have much more to give. The truth here is you are a wellspring. You are giving so much, and if you take some time to evaluate what it is you're currently giving out into the world, to the people, the situations, the things to be done, you might find that, whoa, you're actually giving a whole lot. And you can give some of that back to yourself, and you can ask for others around you to also chip in as well. Either lessen those burdens or support you in other ways. You know, maybe you prefer to do the dishes, but someone else might not like doing that because they don't like their hands getting pruny, so maybe they would take out the trash. You know, you can share the burden in ways that benefit everyone. And if you continue to shoulder all of those burdens yourself, then that's what's going to continue happening. Till, of course, you burn out, and then you have that to deal with. But, you know, this is saying that you don't have to go down that route, of course, and that there is support around you. That was the other thing about discernment. I actually wanted to pull that up again. See, discernment. There was something in here. Just rereading this really quickly. So the best way is to just listen. No, it wasn't this page. I guess it was the thing about discernment not being judgment, and that really stood out too, because we had the judgment card here. Right? There we go. Judgment card here. And kind of look look how everyone's kind of like reaching up to this person in the clouds, and they're kind of like all, it feels like this energy of like, oh, everyone is kind of grasping towards them. And I was just getting this imagery of you of like kind of feeling that way, feeling like the people around you that are you might have this sense of like they need me, and that they are, you know, without me they would fail, and that I have to do this for that for them. You know, maybe allow those thoughts to pass and allow people to show you what they are capable of. Allow others to surprise you. Because again, with this fox here, there's someone in your life who is your greatest champion, and on top of that, they are your greatest ally. And probably, you know, they're feeling this energy too. They're feeling maybe like they can't help you, like that maybe you don't need their help, or that they just don't know how to. And that is kind of hurting them, just in the sense that they would love to help you, and that they would be so delighted to help you. I am not a parent, but even if it's children in your life, there are ways to get children involved with various tasks around the house. Turn it into a game, make it something that they enjoy, and you might be, again, surprised at how you could even get help from them. You know, we all help each other, and I think that's a great thing to learn early on. You know, that we can lessen each other's burdens. And they're not burdens, but you know, we can just lessen the load, and we can just make everything a bit easier on each other. So find the way. Say, use your discernment. Learn what it is that really lights you up and that you enjoy doing. Learn where it is that really drags on your energy, where you are struggling the most, and see if you can't. Hold on, that's not coming into focus. There we go. See if you can't get some help from those around you. Or if you can't, just decide maybe this isn't for me at all. You know, some things we just don't need in our lives, and then we just do because we had been, or because we thought we need to. Discernment. Oh, that's not actually for me. I don't need that in my life. I don't need to be doing this. I don't actually care about getting this done in this way at this time. Do it because it's what you feel called to do, what you need to feel in this space. Whatever keeps you here, whatever keeps you feeling like the queen of your world, whatever, regardless of whatever gender or not that you are, whatever keeps you in this space is for you. And that is what your life is asking you for. It's asking for you to not accept anything less. Take your big adventures, take your grand gestures of however it is that you feel is right for you. Don't worry about what anyone else says or might think. Understand that most people, again, in your life, I can see, would actually support you if they're given the chance. Well, wonderful, beautiful pile number 3 with this mullein leaf. This is your reading for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you enjoyed this reading, please do leave a like and a comment to let me know if it resonated with you. All of the decks that I used, I will be commenting in my description down below. The runes that I used, if you're interested in those, I actually make them, and I'll also be commenting below where you could get those. They're like little bean bags stuffed with rice, and they got embroidery. They just feel very nice to the touch. So yes, I hope to see you around again, and until then, take care. Bye.